I want to share with you a recipe that I made almost every day, especially my senior year of high school. My friends would come over and it was so easy to make. I would just whip it up and we would have fresh toffee bars every day. What I love about it and what I'm realizing as I'm baking and cooking is that I love simplicity. This takes 2 sticks of butter, a cup of brown sugar that's been packed, 2 cups of flour, a teaspoon of vanilla, and 12-ounce bag or 2 cups of chocolate chips. Let's get started. First, I have softened the butter and I'm gonna put that in. I also have preheated the oven to 350 degrees. With this, you do not have to grease the sheet. We're gonna be using a jelly roll cookie pan, and when we put the dough in, we're just gonna be pressing it right into the pan. I'm gonna go ahead and put my 1 cup of pressed brown sugar, and this is dark brown sugar. So be sure and use dark brown sugar. I'm going to next add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm pretty generous with my pour when it comes to vanilla. And one other thing, if you like cinnamon, this would be a place you could add a cinnamon just for a little different touch. I like to stop and scrape this every once in a while, again, because you can see some of the butter has not been blended with the brown sugar or with the vanilla. So the next thing I'm gonna do is add my 2 cups of flour. My sister does use whole wheat flour for 1 cup and regular flour for another cup. I have always used just regular flour. I'm gonna get my towel to put on top so that the flour doesn't go all over the place. Okay, so let me check. And it is not mixed all the way, but I am going to scrape again. This dough is a bit crumbly normally, just so you know. So there we go. I started at a lower speed and then I'm gonna ramp it up a little bit to help pull it all together before I add my chocolate chips in. Okay, so my last ingredient is my 2 cups of chocolate chips, or it is a 12-ounce bag. And again, I just turn it up sometimes so the chocolate chips get totally mixed in with the dough. That's perfect. And now, we're just going to put it into the jelly roll pan. And literally, you just press this into the pan. Okay, so I have put it in the entire pan, pressed it down. Going to put it in the oven, cook for 20 minutes, and we're done. I always try and cook on the middle rack. I'm gonna put the timer on for, I'm gonna say 18 minutes. Even though the recipe does call for 20, I'm gonna check it and see how the cookies are doing. Okay, so the timer has gone off and I'm going to look at these. And again, do remember that we like them soft, and I am seeing brownness around the edges. So for us, this is perfect. I'm going to turn off my oven and take these out. Okay, so these look great. I am going to let them sit for approximately 2 to 3 minutes. What I will be doing next is cutting them into squares and putting them on my rack so that they can cool, and then we'll plate them and eat them, of course. Hope you enjoyed this recipe. We love it and it's so easy to make.